Hey, welcome back to my channel. I have a quick video for you today. I wanted to do a quick little flip of my December daily that I have done thus far. I'm not even, I would say, halfway through with it, but I just wanted to give a little bit of an update and kind of show off some of my favorite pages. I will try and talk about the supplies I used in my December daily. However, a lot of the supplies I pulled from my stash and have actually been sitting in my stash for quite some time, so I'll try and do my best to point them out in the video, but I'm not even going to bother trying to link them in the description at all because, like I said, a lot of them are old and I don't even know if you could find them anymore. So here's my cover. I just wanted to keep it really nice and simple. The album that I'm using is just, I guess I would say it's Hobby Lobby's version of their Project Life. So it's just a chipboard binder and then it has the page sleeves. So anyways, my cover I wanted to keep nice and simple. I can tell you that the paper line that I used in most of my book is the Oh Christmas Tree from My Mind's Eye. My Mind's Eye is one of my absolute favorite. I'll flip through a couple of the pages. They're just gorgeous, and it's this glittery paper. My Mind's Eye is one of my absolute favorite paper lines. I don't think they've put out a paper line that I didn't like. So anyways, that's some of the papers that's in this collection. So I just took the one of the Christmas trees, and then I just have a really simple December daily, what am I going to call it, label right there, and just wrote December Daily 2015. So in we go. So this first page is kind of like my intention page of why I'm doing December Daily. You can see I left a picture here. I want to put like a family picture of us from this Christmas, but then I just have this 3D sticker, and then it says, "This year I am doing a December daily album to document early memories that they," meaning my kids, "won't remember when they are older. Brayden and Olivia are growing so fast. This album is also a way for me to stop time and reflect on them now." Okay, so here are my first couple of pages, and forgive me, I know I spelt believe wrong. I need to go back and fix this. I don't know what I'm really gonna, oh sorry, you probably can't see that. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this page. I kind of like it just the way it is, just the simplicity. I might take these chipboard letters and maybe put them inside the photo sleeve so they don't keep popping off, but otherwise I kind of like it just the way it is. This page, again, I'm not quite sure. I need to do some kind of journaling down here, but I'm not exactly sure what I want it to say or be quite yet, so I kind of just left it. Now, in my December Daily album, I also do Lister's Got a List, so I have a combination of my lists and then things that happened each day. So this is my first Lister's Got a List, and the prompt was December Memories. So I included a few pictures and then just numbered them, and then over on this card I put the coordinating numbers, and then the pictures I just put a little description of what was in each picture. Okay, so this page was December 1st. I found on Pinterest an awesome idea to wrap your Christmas tree and then let your kids unwrap it. So I wrapped it while they were sleeping one day, and then once my husband came home, we watched the kids open up the Christmas tree, and it was so much fun. They loved it. And then you can see our elf on the shelf, Hope, was there with a little letter for them. So I just have this little tag with the glittered chipboard one. Just have some fabric in there, some little sequins. This next page, my kids were so silly. They loved wrapping or playing in the wrapping paper. They like literally just laid in it and wrapped themselves in it. Just have some little pearls here. I tried to do some stamping down here with a roller stamp. It is from K & Company. It's their Smash brand, and it is the Christmas one. It's got like cheers, merry moment, shop for, wrapped up on my list, so very nice. Don't open until naughty, seriously fruitcaked. Okay, seriously, I need to find a page or somewhere to get that seriously fruitcaked on here. That's hilarious. Countdown and baked on, and then obviously it's got the dates here. And this is my first time ever using a roller stamp, so yeah, I totally stamped it upside down and just decided to make a little joke of it. So anyway, that's down here. This picture I love, just is the plain picture, and then I have just a 3D sticker that I got from the Target dollar spot that I popped there. My next spread, this is still the first day of December. Now, I don't know how some people, like, I love watching Allie Edwards do her December daily, but I have no idea how she just picks like 1 or even 2 pictures to do from the day. She always talks about finding the big story. Well, most days my kids and I, especially during the holiday season, are so busy that it is impossible for me to pick just one story. So a lot of my pages have multiple days, but this page you can see I took my daughter to story time, and I just kind of did a little journal about that. Now you'll see as the album goes on that I start putting more things outside of the pocket, and one of the ladies that I follow on YouTube, her name is Mary Beth Hatcher. I will link her channel in the description. She talked about when she was doing her December daily about how it was really difficult for her to work with these sleeves because she is a very like hands-on scrapbooker. She likes to feel this stuff and she likes to have these interactive elements, and I have to say that I really agree with her. I like using the pocket protectors, but like she said, I just like that interactive feel. And for me, doing the December daily and just having so much to do, having things like this scattered throughout my album helped me sneak in all those little extra bits and pieces that I couldn't necessarily fit in a layout. So anyways, this is a picture of my daughter. We went, tried to go to the thrift store one day, and we showed up too early, so in a panic, we were only like a half an hour early. I didn't know what we were going to do, so we just, it was kind of cool. We were walking around downtown, and it was just lightly snowing, and this is at a drugstore that we just popped into to just kind of waste some time, and I snapped this picture while she was standing for me waiting while I was paying. I just thought she was so precious waiting by the door, and she had to carry the bag. She would not let me take it. I just thought that was so cute, and this picture is just, it's probably one of my favorites from December because of that memory and that moment with her. So the picture on the front and then just a little bit of journaling on the back. Here is also from that day some more pictures. A picture with Hope, our elephant, and then this is the actually the little card that's in this picture, and it's just kind of an introduction, a little note from Hope to the kids. My next page, okay, so now all of this, that was my first list, and then all those 2 spreads were from the first day of December. So like I said, this is going to be quite an album. So this spread is not done yet, but it is my second list, my day 2 list, and it is favorite holiday recipes. So I kind of want to journal a little something here, put a recipe card here, and then I've got this little bag that I got at the after clearance sale at Michael's, and so I'm kind of hoping, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, maybe put more recipe cards in it or something like that, but I just thought it was, you know, fitting that it looked like Santa and it's this little cookie bag. So anyway, that's my plan for that. And then I do want to put something here just to block this, because it doesn't, this is a bulletin from our church, and it just doesn't make sense with this, so I think I'm going to use this side to keep doing some recipes. But so this is day 2, and like I said, this is the bulletin from my church. I just thought that was so beautiful, and sorry, you probably can't see that. I just thought that was so beautiful, so I just stuck a 2 up there for the second. And then I just took the actual bulletin and just punched it and stuck it in here to make, you know, give it that little interactive piece. These are 2 pictures from our sanctuary. This page down here, I want to do some journaling, just some things about how Christians celebrate the season, the Christmas season and things like that. So that's what I want to do there. Again, this is still part of December 2nd. This is my husband snuggling in bed reading books with my kids. I love this. This little label I made says, "Visions of sugar plums danced in their heads." I just think that's so adorable, and this little cozy is so cute. There's another picture of my husband and my son. Picture of hope. And this was my first attempt at trying to stamp directly on a photo. And let me tell you, it's not the easiest thing in the world, especially when you're using a roller stamp, because you really have to rock the stamp back and forth to get a nice press. But the ink is so slippery on the photo, so it's kind of one of those I'm glad I tried it kind of things. Definitely need some more practice. This will be my listers for day 3. The prompt was "I love Christmas." I just journaled that my absolute #1 favorite thing about the holiday season is making new memories with Braden and Olivia. I love how excited they are with the newness. So I think I'll pick a couple of my favorite things that we did from the Christmas season and stick pictures in here. And then I'm going to do the same for this side. Now, you'll see as we go through this album, I was really good at printing off pictures every couple of days. I work in the mall, so it was really easy for me to go over on my break and like quick print off a couple of pictures, come home and lay them out. But I did use a bunch of sticky notes to kind of help me plan my pages as well, so I didn't get lost, or I made sure that I had enough. But anyways, so December 3rd is blank for right now. I helped our church partnered with Trinity Church here in town, and we served a banquet at Trinity. And so I need to get some pictures from my pastor from the event. He took some, but I did take this, was like a table topper that was on the table, so I just took some washi tape and made it into a pocket, and then just have this little finger towel. I'm not sure what I'll put in here exactly. Right now I have, this was the prayer that we all got together and we all said before we served the banquet, so I do have that tucked in there. And then I'm not sure what I want to do on this side yet. Probably something to go with the banquet if I do a couple of pictures there, and then maybe pictures and some journaling in there. Okay, on to day 4 for my list. This was all about traditions, family traditions. And so I have some of my favorite Christmas traditions right there. And then this next page, I started out, it was laid out differently. I had these 2 on the bottom and then these 2 on the top, and I decided to switch them. I'm going to have to. Sorry, I got to pull this out and fix it real quick because this is supposed to be, and I have to add a little bit more adhesive to that number later. Anyways, I had switched them, and then this was pretty easy to do. This is just of my kids being super goofy as I was picking Braden up from school. But these bottom 2, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them until I realized, you know, that the other side was all about traditions, and that this angel I have had in my family, not this particular one, I don't think. I think ours was super beat up, but this is very, very similar to the one we had when I was growing up. And then this is the first year that we've had Hope. So I kind of did this journaling card about new and old family traditions. My little journaling just says, the holiday season is about holding on to old traditions while embracing new ones. This angel has been in my family since I was little. Hope is new to our family this year. So I thought that tied in perfectly with my list. I kind of lucked out that way. I did not plan it that way. And this is kind of where, nope, I've got a few more pages that are pretty well decorated. This is day 5, and I'm not exactly sure. I have a hard time figuring out a title for this page, but essentially what it is it's my daughter. She is looking through an advice book that my mother-in-law made for my husband and I when we got married, and she put some pictures in there and then had this template, and people at the wedding could write in some advice for us. And my journaling just talks about, my kids love going through photo albums, and they love looking at things like these. And I have little mini scrapbook albums that they absolutely love going through. And it just blows my mind that even though, you know, they're 3.5 and 2, that these are the things that they love to look at. And so I just kind of wrote, you know, that's evidence for me that taking the time to do these albums and to do this December daily is super important, because not only do I have fun and enjoy doing it, but they also love it as well. So I need to figure out some kind of title for this card, but I can come back to that. This page, I'm pretty sure, now some of my pages, I went back, yeah, some of my pages, I went back and put little post-it notes. I do want to make this a big 6x8 to take up this whole page. I love this picture of my son. It's one of my favorites, so I just felt like it just needed to be big. And that way this part will be maybe a little bit, you know, bigger, and I can put some kind of sticker or something over here. I don't know, but I just love this picture, and I needed it to, I really felt like it needed to be bigger, so I just went ahead and made a little note to myself that I need to go back and reprint it. Another thing I did with my pictures right away is date the back of them. It really drives me crazy that when you print off pictures at Target, Shutterfly does date them and put the information on them. Target does not, and Target, I feel, is just quicker and easier for me to get these mini prints. So anyways, long tangent, I write the date on them so I don't get them confused and I don't get them out of order. This will be my prompt, my page for Listers Day 5. Here's another little interactive piece of my husband. He was trying to figure out where we were going to hang. We got some evergreen garland from my mother-in-law last year. When her store was just going to throw it all away, she grabbed a bunch of garland and lights and all sorts of decorations that they weren't going to use at the store anymore, and she gave them to us. So he's just trying to figure out where to put them on the wall. And then I'll probably do some kind of journaling here because I didn't do a whole lot over here. Again, I really struggled with this title card. This card was so beautiful, I didn't want to mess with it. I tried using gold. Gold letters didn't pop. The black ones kind of pop. I guess I'm still not in love with it, but I guess it kind of pulls from her mini jammies, so it's okay. But this is just Olivia and I being silly one night taking pictures. And then I just have some pearl beads down here. A lot of my pictures, I just felt the need to leave them blank like this. Some of them that I had to cut down, you know, for matting purposes, I mean, are cute, but a lot of them you'll see, especially this size, I just left them. I didn't want to mess with them too much. And now this is kind of where I am going to keep flipping through so you kind of see the direction that my book is going. And there are some cute things that I've done later on in this book, but this is where I'm kind of at right now. So this was a day that we did sugar cookies, so you can see my title card. I'll probably put something up here just to cover up that randomness in the background. Not sure what I'll do with that picture yet. This paper I just got from a notepad from the Target Dollar Spot, and I just put it on like a tag. I'll put some twine up here, and that's going to be my spot for my Day 6 list. I'm sure not many of these journal cards will stay where they are. That's the other thing I tried to do, was pre-plan where I put like my cards. And that's one thing Allie talks about a lot on her blog and in her videos, is setting foundation pages. And I tried to do that, and that was partially helpful, but I also did find it at the same time frustrating because I did move a lot. But in the end, I'd say it was more helpful than frustrating, so just kind of went with it. But anyways, so I've got a couple of pictures here of my husband reading with my daughter. I put my son to bed, and he put her to bed, and when I was done putting my son to bed, I came out and they were still reading books, so of course I had to snap a few pictures. This will be my list day 7. Honestly, as I go back and look through my journal, I keep a December daily journal, and I write a little bit each day, so I kind of know what happened or what went on. And going back and looking through my journal, day 7, I don't know if not a lot happened or if it was just an off day or what, but I couldn't come up with anything. So I'll maybe just have to put something more Christmas related, or if this is like my list, I might put more pictures over here. This is day 8. I love this picture. My daughter is so precious. She's laying on the floor skimming through one of those New Testament Bibles, and I just thought that was so precious. That picture speaks volumes, so I can't wait to do that layout. And then, of course, one thing I wanted to make sure that I did is that I included like the everyday little stuff. Allie, again, talks about how sometimes people are so busy looking for the big story that they miss the everyday little stories. So I had to include, like, it was laundry day that day, so of course my living room looked like a mess, and then you can see me here. I'm on my computer watching videos while Olivia is watching Signing Time, her absolute favorite. You know, and just those are just things that we, you know, are just part of our everyday routine, and we just, like I said, do every day. So I wanted to include those. I snapped these pictures and then took this from a, it's called like a Pinterest inspired night. There is a place in town that will take an idea off of Pinterest, and then they open their event center, and they'll have all the supplies and everything, and you just pay a fee, and then you can go and do these projects. And so that's my grandma. This is we were decorating these wine bottles, and that's one that I helped my mom make. I have the other side blank for my list for day 8. I have this one blank. Another thing I tried to do as I, you know, went and experienced and did different things, I tried to like collect memorabilia and stuff. So this is a coaster from the Laughing Sun Brewing Company. It's one of, I would say it's not like a hole-in-the-wall bar, but it's definitely a smaller bar here in town. But my brother and my dad like to go to it a lot because they have live bands and music. So I just went and took and punched one and stuck it in there, and I have an extra one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So you can see I have the pictures kind of laid out as to where I want them. Same with these. That's about all I have for these ones, is the pages laid out. This is December 9th. And if I remember right, we went out to eat this night. Yes. And then the kids got to play at the little play center afterwards. So that's the play center. And then you can see this is a picture of my daughter and I at the restaurant. This is the next day. I have a spot laid out for my list. This is at Fireflower Pizza. This is right next to the Laughing Sun. And yeah, they make real like Neapolitan pizza. And you can actually get it delivered if you call them, because Fireflower and Laughing Sun are right next to each other. You can get Fireflower pizza delivered over to Laughing Sun. So my husband and I were doing some Christmas shopping this night. So that's us in front of Fire Flower, obviously. This is us at Laughing Sun, so I'm going to do a little journaling here. And then this is just our pizza. And I had a root beer that night, and this is my husband and I love this picture. Chowing down on our pizza. This I thought was just cute and kind of sappy, and it's not quite done. I'm not totally happy with it, but we went to Target and split a Twix, so I kept the Twix. I made it almost like a pocket, so I don't know what I would stick in there, but maybe a little chocolate for later. But anyways, there's that. Another interactive piece, and I'm going to do a little journaling, and I'll get a title card in here too. This was, I'm going to say this is the next day. Yes, because we went over to my brother and his fiance's apartment, but before we went over for supper, the kids, we bundled them up in hats and snow pants, and they went outside and played. There's my daughter on a snowbank, and then my husband and my son. I've got some space over here for the next, for some more pictures or journaling cards. These two pictures up here, this is of my son and my daughter. We were walking out to the car and it had just finished snowing. Actually, I remember that day because my mom had called me and had said, "Oh, are you and the kids on the way?" And I was like, no, we've got another half an hour, 20 minutes before we have to be to therapy. And she's like, you need to leave now. The roads are slippery. When I left this morning, there was like no snow. And then all of a sudden, it just dropped. It was crazy. This is my daughter. She was like obsessed with this Santa. It like sang different Christmas songs, and she kept wanting it to sing Jingle Bells, and she had to wait like every 5 songs. It was crazy. This is a little activity that my son made that day in OT, so I just made sure to date stamp it, and then I wanted to include it in the book. This is also from that day, and I know I need to blow this up into a big 6x8 as well. I just love that it might be hard to see, but the snowflakes are just resting right on his head, and I just love his cute little grin. So I'm going to blow that up big too and let that take up the whole page. This again is from this is my brother's and his fiance's tree at their apartment, so I'm going to do the list on this side. Here's some pictures from that day. Kids are wearing his Star Wars Santa hat. And then I've got room mapped out for my list day 12. This was my kind of my shopping to-do list, and so I wanted to include that. Me getting ready to wrap presents. I've got those mapped out. This is the most adorable, precious picture you will see. This is my husband painting my daughter's toes, because she will now let us paint her toes, and it doesn't matter who's around. She just has to have somebody paint their toes. This layout will be cute. The kids are watching Polar Express, and at the point where I snap the pictures is the hot chocolate part, where the kids are getting served hot chocolate, so I thought that little card was perfect for that. These pictures I love. We had probably 2 or 3 days of solid fog. And I love it when that happens in the winter, because then the trees get like all frosted and they're just gorgeous. So that's my daughter walking back to the car after we dropped my son off at preschool. And then I want to say I probably took her to daycare, or I went to work. I'm not sure. But this is the hill. There's a hill that is just north of us. And so I went on the top of the hill. And then I just turned my car around, and this is the south side of the city. And you can see all the trees are just frosted. So I thought that was perfect. It's so beautiful. This is a family movie night that we had. We watched some Christmas movies. I think the only one we got accomplished was Rudolph. So I've got a picture of my son and a picture of the 4 of us. And of course, another picture of him and my son and my husband. This I have set aside for my list for day 14. Just picture my daughter checking out the tree. This is an invitation to my son had an event at preschool, a winter celebration for parents and kiddos to come in. So I just took this. I'll probably mount it to an actual card, but just to hold the place for now, I just stuck it inside the page protector. Kind of makes it a little interactive as well, so you can see my daughter and my son. And a couple more pictures, my son and I. This was there too. They were making pipe cleaner candy canes. And then this was cute. They were listening to Jingle Bells, and then they would shake their bells when the time came. Trying to think what else is all in here. I think this is about it. This is when we went to go see Santa. The library actually had, they had Santa come in for free, and you could take your pictures for free. You could take them, or a photographer could take them as well. And it was kind of neat because you showed up, they gave you a number, you waited around till your number was called, but because it was in the kids area of the library, the kids could run around and play and kind of just be silly until it was time. And then when we were done, we played a little bit more and then went home. So my son and my daughter playing puzzles while they were waiting for Santa. And then here is, we can take some of these pictures out, but here is their picture with Santa. My daughter, I think, was a little bit nervous. My son was so excited. He could not even handle it. I think my daughter got a little bit nervous because the kids in front of her started crying and were upset, so I think she got a little freaked out, but she was content just to sit on the armrest of the chair, so that at least made me happy. Oh, and then of course, oh, I know why I had this flipped over. This is a candy cane journaling card, and the kiddos both got candy canes afterwards. And my daughter has been like obsessed with candy canes ever since. So, and then in the back, I don't have it in here now because I think I actually have, this is only my first album, and look how like chunky and thick that is, and I only have it really decorated until probably about here. So it's only really decorated halfway through. I am so scared that this is just going to be the chunkiest book I've ever seen. So I actually have another book started. I don't think I have really. I just have my extra pages in here. I have some extra programs. Oh, this is what I did in my, this was in the back of the first book, and then it got so big I had to take it out. I put the extra pages in my, like, I have a sleeve for, like, memorabilia, so I've got just some little things in here that I want to include later in my book, but I don't want to lose it. So, like, my brother's graduation from the academy is in here. I have, this is, oh yeah, I have a Christmas card in here. This is our ticket from when we went to go see Santa. I got this from work. I am obsessed with Diet Coke, so I think, and I am such a sucker for their Shara Diet Coke things, so I kept that. I'm sure I'll work that in there somewhere. And then this is another thing that my son made in OT, and I just made sure to date stamp it so I know what day to include it. And then, so I've got those kinds of things in here, and then I also had, it looks like I'm pretty caught up. I do have like a little envelope that has all my extra pictures in it, and like I said, I went and took a marker and dated them all, so as soon as I get caught up, I just need to go through and start placing them and keep trucking away. So I hope you like what I have so far. I've kind of been doing like 2 or 3 pages a day. I just am so indecisive. Like, if you've watched any of my planning videos, you know that it's insanely difficult for me just to make a decision and do it. So I'm hoping that in the next, like, maybe week and a half, I can just sit down and just get this thing done, because I mean, I could just work on it for hours. I don't want to get it done because I'm sick of it. I just want to get it done so it's done and I can move on to other projects. So Anyways, if you'd like to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you loved this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will be posting more updates as I keep working along, so stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.